Hey y'all, Rob the American here, and welcome to Tales of Manchester and of Watches. All right, this is another first for me. I am doing a Rob the American State of the Collection video. I figure this is as good a time as any. It's the end of 2024, so time to take stock and sharing it with y'all. And to be honest, I'd never really thought about doing one before, but I keep getting two questions that some of the viewers ask me and some of my friends ask me. And the first one is, hey Rob, how come you don't share the watch on your wrist when you're doing video, like a wrist check? And to be honest, I've just never thought about it before. I'm focused on what I'm talking about, the topic of the current video. I'm not focused on what's on my wrist. I probably should try and do that in the future. And then the other question I keep getting is, hey Rob, what watches do you actually own? And you know, I know it's very unclear because sometimes the watches I talk about are mine, and sometimes they're dealers, and sometimes they're borrowed from friends. So this is the first chance I'm sharing this with y'all. So I hope you'll stick around and find out. All right, folks, you asked for it, you got it. Here we go. This is the State of My Collection 2024. And this is my Duckworth Prestex Verimatic. Now I picked this up at CW Sellers Jura when they had a store in Leeds. Now they're no longer in Leeds, but they still have quite a few stores dotted around the country. And the great Gavin, who works over there, he knows his watches like insanely well, introduced me to them. And since then, I've met Neil Duckworth at a couple of watch shows, and that gentleman has had such a history in watches. So this is one of his. And here's the watch that basically started all this foolishness, my Rolex Air King. This was the subject of my very first video back in November of 2023, me sitting in the middle of Manchester Central Library talking about how this watch came into my possession. And if you haven't seen it, it's a really good story. The video's a bit cringy. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. But yeah. I still love this watch. Here's another one of my early videos, the subject of one of my early videos. Let's see if I can get that to show up with the Grand Seiko Asakage. Have a look at that dial. There we go. Kind of a linen style dial. And the story of this watch, if you watched that video, I had it, I sold it, and then I bought it back. That's what watch collecting disease does to a person. I still love this watch. Oh, look at that. Wow. Here's my Omega Moonswatch, Mission to Mercury. And I have to say, honestly, this was one of the favorite videos that I ever did, and it went nowhere. It was all about Captain America. They filmed it in Manchester, and I did a whole production about the street it was filmed on and focused on this watch. And it landed with a big thud. And if you notice, it's not the original strap. You know, it comes with that sorry ass, that not great Velcro strap. And I got this rubber strap for 10 pounds on eBay, and look how it kind of hugs the case. And this is my vintage IWC automatic. The year 1966. Look at that gold case. With that red seconds hand. This really sold me on this. And I picked this up from my good pal Chris at Preston's Jewelers in Wilmslow. As soon as I saw it, I was hooked. Here's my Orient diver. Look at the blue on this. How it plays with the light. I think I paid, I think 120 pounds or so on it on Amazon a number of years ago. This punches well above its weight. And in fact, a pal of mine was over the house some time ago, and he was looking through my watch box. He's not into watches or anything. And I said, "Oh, pick out your favorite one." And he bypassed all the expensive watches and went straight to this one. It just goes to show that watches aren't, it's not all about cost. All right, look at this classic. This Casio with the calculator. Now this is a recreation of the original from the 1970s. I picked this up relatively recently. I happened to be in London and walked by. There's a G-Shock / Casio store, and I went straight to these. Now I'm old enough to remember when they came out in the 1970s, and I wouldn't have been caught dead with one of these, because you wore this, you had entered Nerdsville, and I didn't want any part of that. But now I don't care. I think it's amazing. Here's the current pride of my collection, my IWC Engineer in this aqua color. Wow. Gerald Genta designed, reimagined by IWC in April of 2023. To me, this looks better than a Nautilus. I've done a whole video on this. I love it so much. When I saw it was announced, I became somewhat obsessed. And here's one of my favorites that also happens to be the least expensive watch in my collection. This is the Lorus Lumibrite. Now I paid 20 pounds for this watch at Argos. And it's the party trick that really caught my attention and made me want to have this even more. It's very straightforward, basic watch, but have a look at this. Look at that. Oh, wow. You should see this light up at night. It lights up the whole sky. This is a wow. This is the watch that gets the most wrist time. This is my Tudor Black Bay 54. And it's ironic that this watch does get so much wrist time is because when it was originally announced at Watches and Wonders in April of 2023, I was kind of ambivalent. And when my dealer James at David M. Robinson in Liverpool got one, he asked me if I want to try it, and I said no. He said, well, you might as well put it on since I've got it. And as soon as I put it on, it was like the heavens opened up and the angels started singing. It's crazy because it's smaller than I would normally wear, 37 millimeters, and yet somehow Tudor has proportioned it just right. This is my traveling watch. This is my everyday wear. I can't explain it, and yet here it is. Okay, y'all, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Rob the American collection. I hope it was worth your time. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And by all means, leave a comment down below on any of the watches you've seen, any surprises, disappointments, things you like. Maybe share a little bit about your own collection if we share anything in common. And I have an Instagram. It's Rob_the_American. Feel free to give that a follow and join me again for some more watch talk. Y'all take good care.